So I think you understood the requirement, right? And what we are going to do, we are going to create a job with respect to pipeline as a code. Okay. So how to work? So till now, you guys know whenever you want to get a job, you will click on the job or click on the item. Okay. Where you create a job, let's say job number one. And till date, we have created a job called freestyle project where we are creating a job first of all with graphical way. Okay. Plus this freestyle job project means we are creating a job actually, and one job is doing one thing. One thing can be create a Docker image or contact to AWS cloud or doing some security check, doing backup, doing recovery, building Java code. Okay. So that is what your one job will do for you, right? And lot of things we have done, almost all the major aspects of this aspect we have learned, right? For example, let me create a job who will help me to echo hi or hello maybe, or Linux world, for example. So that's what we know till date, right? And you know how to run the job, we can run. It can depend. Right now the job will run the master node. There's my own computer in the master node. In our case is a pod. So this pod is a master node actually where the Jenkins is running. So if you see here, they're running somewhere. So the same computer, okay, where I'm in, they will print this equal. But point is, the way you create a job is a manual way. Manual way means you yourself go here and create the job. In this job, you will write all the thing whatever you want to configure. So you come over here, you write your URL of the GitHub, you write your triggers, you write your parameters, you write your the parameter when your job to build all the thing you write here. You what command want to run, okay, what kind of dependency they have to other steps. So whatever you done till date is completely done manually, right? But what I want, I want this job to be created automatically, and not only this job. Okay, one more, some more thing we do, guys. We create multiple jobs, and all the jobs, okay, we connect together, and we had created multiple pipelines already. So technically, what I want my entire pipeline to be created automatically, and whenever automatic come up, you guys know it become it become your pipeline. So I want entire pipeline to be created automatically. Okay, so for this, let me give one example, very simple example. And this is a simple example. You can create it complex example also with same approach. So let's say, okay, we are doing multiple things. Okay, one of the things we do is we Jenkins will contact to our SCM tool like GitHub to download the code. This is what we do. Okay, after download the code, they will help us to build the code, means compile, maybe if it's Java code or maybe it's Docker file, they help us to create a Docker images. So not always, but sometimes we'll build the whatever we download. After we build, we test, okay, by running on the test computer, by running some test cases. If test is going good, we will deploy in the test environment or production environment. This is what the typical step we do always. Till date, okay, all the things are independent actually. Okay, so till date, we get different job for this guy, different job for this guy, different job for this guy. Okay, and after these jobs, we create, will run this job, then this job, and this job. It become pipeline. Technically, technically, okay, all those jobs, all those jobs work together one by one, and will solve one use case. It become one project, one pipeline. Okay. So what I can do here now onward, what I want to do here, I want to create a pipeline again, the same pipeline, but with a code. Let's go pipeline as a code. And in the pipeline as a code, okay, we don't use the word job actually. Instead, we use the word job. We use a word called stage. You can see they're same thing, no difference as such. But we don't use the word job. So we can say this is a test stage. We say the build stage. And every stage is equals to job, and every stage is doing something for you. Okay. All those stages run one after another, and it becomes the pipeline. And even though here also this is also stage, they help us to download something from GitHub. So it will work like this: when you create a pipeline, okay, when you create a pipeline with a code, it's called pipeline as a code. Okay, the flow will be depending on the requirement. First, we create a stage called SCM that will download something from the GitHub. Okay, then we'll create a stage called let's say build depending upon the requirement what you want to do. Then we get a stage called test, for example. Then we stage called deployment, for example, and maybe something more in between, or maybe after deployment we might also do something else also. Okay, so this is called pipeline, and here all those guys are known as stages. So I can say multiple stages we are going to create, and all the stages we create inside the pipeline. Okay, and we have stage one, stage two, stage three, stage four. They run in this order. And after they run all the stages, then my pipeline is gonna run and going to do something for us. So how to get this pipeline? Obviously with the code. How to write a code? So if you want to create a pipeline as a code, there's a two way to write a pipeline as a code. One way is an old way that is also known as scripted way. So we'll use some kind of scripting language. Okay, that language is a kind of pure programming language. We have to write all the programming code, if else, condition, function, classes, and a lot of things we have to do there. It's a pure scripted way. Okay. But nowadays, in the automation world, we don't use scripted way much. It's an old way. Okay, due to a lot of reasons. Nowadays, we write a code in the declarative way. This is a new modern way of writing the code. Both the side is code. Okay. But declarative way is very simple to write. Anyone can learn very, very quickly, even though you don't much have programming skills, but still you can run the declarative way very quickly. Lesser code you can write. Okay. In the scripting way, you have to learn some extra programming skills, a lot of code you write. Okay. So there's a quick difference. Otherwise, by chance, anyone who was there in my Ansible classes, okay, this concept I explain you there in very detail. Why not scripted way? Why in declarative way? I don't want to discuss here this concept because it's not so much required to learn here. But those who have was there in my Ansible training, okay, there I took a lot of time to make the thing understandable. Uh, and what I want to make you understand here is in the world of automation, especially the automation with respect to admin or uh, the operations perspective, writing the code in declarative way is much simple, much faster instead of a scripted. Our point is in Jenkins they support both the way, okay, but nowadays we don't use much scripted way. We'll use a declarative way. One thing I want to add here is you want to use scripted way in the Jenkins, then we have to use a programming language called Groovy. Groovy is a programming language that works behind the scene on the top of Java. So you should learn first the Groovy language. It's 12/1 language, okay, and then you can write the entire script of the Groovy to make your job. Okay. So obviously, we are not going to teach you Groovy here. There's a programming language to create a script, to create a code. There's a pipeline of code. Instead, we use language. This called declarative language. We don't have to learn the programming language. They have some way where we declare what we want. Okay. And here we only declare, and just by declaration, okay, your entire code will be created. And declaration means just tell what you want. So you can say here, I want to get a pipeline. You can say here, I want three stages to be created. Here I can say, I want in these three stages, okay, these are the things I want to perform. So very simple, nothing very deep. If you know the concept of Jenkins that I believe you know, the writing the code with a declarative approach is a very simple. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to know a little bit about how to write a code in a scripted way in Jenkins with the help of Groovy, I'm not going to cover in this live class, but we have some, I think some of my other training somewhere I cover this topic from my classroom. So I asked my team if possible that video they will share with you. So just go to the video, you will learn about this concept if you want. Yeah. Today I'm going to show you in the Jenkins, okay, how to create pipeline using declarative approach, not the scripted way, declarative. Okay, this is how what we want to use. And for this, you need a plugin called pipeline that I was talking about. So this pipeline plugin you want. And after install the plugin, okay, then you can get this option. So when you create any job now onward, we're going to use this pipeline. So till now, we were using a pre-start project that we create one job manually, a lot of job manually. Now onward, we'll go and create pipeline, right? Okay, where we can create an entire pipeline. Okay, family it was not a workflow. So those who know the word workflow, it is nothing, is a pipeline. So when it's a workflow, pipeline is the same thing. So we are going to create a pipeline or workflow by having multiple stages connect together. And when we click on the pipeline, everything will be automatic. And that is also known as orchestrate. So we got to orchestrate lots of stages, okay, to get our job done or get our use case to be implemented automatically. Okay. So first of all, you have to create this option. So let me give my auto pipeline one. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create a pipeline automatically. Okay. Only once only, you have to set this option. It's one-time setup. So click here. Now here, what you have to do, whatever you want in this pipeline, okay, you don't have to tell graphically, just run this command, write a build job or test job, or go to GitHub and download this code. Okay, nothing. Everything, whatever you want to do in your steps, okay, you have to put the code. How to put the code? There's the option. So here, you put the code of a pipeline. Okay. So you can put the code directly here, or still also you don't have to come here also. You can put the code in GitHub also. So this will take the code directly from the GitHub. Both the thing, well, I'll show you in GitHub in some time. Let me take this example. So what we are going to do, let me again very quickly. What I want to do in Jenkins to be automate my job or my stage automatically. Okay, with the code. How to write the code? So to write the code, okay, we have certain syntax here. Those syntax you can check from this page also. Okay, this page they say if you want to create a pipeline in declarative way, so declare what you want. What I want to create a pipeline. So use this code. That's all. Okay. Use this code and paste it. So what I'm declaring, I want to create a pipeline. So pipeline is one kind of keyword here, and by this keyword, I'm declaring I want to create a pipeline. Or what does pipeline contain? Okay, what does pipeline contain? Obviously, your pipeline contains stages. How many? Different 1, 2, 10, 100, depend upon use case to use case. Okay, so you tell here in the pipeline you have multiple stages. So if you go down, they'll tell you. So inside a pipeline is a top level. This is how we write. Top level means everything right inside the pipeline. In this curly braces, it's like a block of code. You write here. So let me remove this line. Insert the entire declaration here. And what you write here, inside this block, in this block, even though let me clean here. This block is a pipeline block. Inside this block, you write okay these things. Okay. What you can write? You can write about agents. What agents? I'll tell you in a minute. Okay. But here you can write your stages. So inside this pipeline, you can write your stages. Okay. So let me write here stages. So inside this pipeline block, you'll tell your stages how many stages you have. So stages are also one block that is inside the pipeline. And in the stages block, again, there are many more blocks we have. Okay, stages means you have to write a lot of stages. How many stages you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what I write. So this is how we write. Inside the stage, you can tell multiple stages. So stage is also one more block you have. Okay, so how many stages you want? One stage, copy, one more stage, one more stage, one more stage, one more stage. And according to our example, okay, let's say this stage will be SCM stage that will go somewhere and get some data. This stage may be your build stage. This stage may be your pipeline stage. And the way you write, they run in the same order. First they run this stage, then this stage, then this stage, and this stage, and so on. Depend how many stage you want. Let's say in my case, I have 4 stages and they run in this order, in the same sequence. That's what I want. And all the stages, okay, all the stages become stages. And these stages is a part of your pipe. Okay, this is what I explained to you, right? Now, inside the stage, what do you want? That depends. Okay. So I'll talk in a minute, but let me check the code till here. Does this code is working fine or not? Or maybe some syntax also here. So this entire code is a pure pipeline as a code. But this code here, you don't have to write your code into a typical programming language. Even though if you see here, Groovy is a scripting or the programming language. Okay, that work like a Java like syntax. Okay, but without knowing the Groovy as a programming language, you can see here the pure programming language. Maybe some example if you see for pure programming language, there you write classes, all the things you have to write here in the Groovy, but you don't have to learn the Groovy because we are not running creating a pipeline as a code using pure scripted way. Here, what we are doing, we are using some kind of intelligent way that's called declarative way. The good thing about this way is you don't have to learn the Groovy. Still, when you write your code, your Jenkins will understand this syntax that is called declaration. And what you see here, you are declaring here. Right? And what I'm declaring that I need 4 stages with this name, and we want to create a pipeline. Automatically, your Jenkins will convert this simple language or declaration language into a Groovy code. That's what you're using Groovy sandbox. So you don't have to worry about to write this code. Finally, this code going to run in Jenkins. Jenkins does not understand the syntax technically. Okay. So finally, Jenkins is going to run this code. Okay, because Jenkins work on Java and this in Java syntax only. That come from Groovy language. So finally, Jenkins will get a Java code or Groovy code only. Okay, but who will convert your code in this way? Okay, you declares. This is the beautiful part of this pipeline actually, or this pipeline plugin. So this pipeline plugin will automatically convert the simple code. There's kind of declaration. Anyone can learn it. There's no kind of complexity of coding here. Okay. But this code will automatically convert behind the scene into Groovy and they will run. Point is, point is either you go for declarative approach or the approach called scripted. Both this case they use Groovy, but in the declarative approach, okay, you don't have to learn the Groovy, just learn this basic kind of declarative syntax. That's all. And our life will be easy. That's how it works. That's also guys been said by this example also. Okay. So there's a lot of example we have here. I'll tell you about this example in a minute, but let me check till here. That's what code is done, right? So let me run this code, save. Okay, so there's a pipeline created, and I'm running this pipeline here manually here, and this pipeline is running. We got error. Nothing is visible here. We got error. Let me refresh. Okay, you can see one pipeline failed, and we got error. And let me check this error. What this error is talking about? The error state. Okay, we try to run this pipeline, even though you don't have to write a Groovy code, but somehow we created into Groovy code, and we know you have a 4 stages, but still your code is failed, and why they fail? They fail because if you want to create a pipeline, one of the requirement is the agent is required in the pipeline. Okay, so what I mean by this. So if when you see your code, when you see your code, in this code, pipeline is a main block. In this block, one section we have a stage. Similarly, we have one more section, guys. And then name of the section is that was they also talking about here. Here is agent section. In agent section is a compulsory section. You see a required yes is compulsory. Okay. Means you tell your pipeline, okay, where you want to run your pipeline. And what is agent, you know, guys. I'm talking master slave node. Okay. So if you want to run your pipeline, obviously you need an agent, right? Even though if you go to Jenkins also, we have some agent, right? And this agent coming from master node, this agent, because of agent, I have some build executors. Okay. So where your agent is. So right now, I can tell wherever I have the agent, you just go and run. I mean, technically in master node. But you tell here, okay, that I need an agent This is my slave one, slave two, slave three. I'm talking worker node, right? Or slave nodes. And here typically we normally give the labels. Okay. So what the node name is or label name you give here mostly. I don't have a slave node, but you know how to create a slave. You can test by changing the name of the slave here. But right now, what I'm doing here to make this code run successfully, I'm using any. Any is one internal keyword. That means okay, whichever the uh, node available, master slave available right now, or whichever the executor available right now, this executor available executor, go and run the pipeline there. Okay, that's what I'm writing, and that is the reason why it was uh, failing. Even though if you see also here, okay, that's for some of the example you can see. So writing the agent keyword is compulsory. Okay, so let me save again. Let me run again. Your pipeline running against to fail. Let's see why it's failing now. Okay, so they found the agent. Now there's no challenge agent. Okay, now they fail because of stage. So they're talking about if you write a stage, then you have to tell me the steps. What I mean by this. So till now, guys, you might have seen whenever you create a job, this job is equals to stage here. So when I say job and the pipeline stage, same thing. And whenever you create a job, okay, you normally do in one job lot of things. Okay. One thing you will tell the job, go to GitHub, download the code. Or you tell something, run some trigger. You tell something, use some parameter. You tell some command. So these are all steps, guys. So if creating a stage that you got a job, if there's no step, there's no meaning to create this. That's what you see here. So when you create a stage, there should be steps. One step, two step, 10 step does not matter, but there should be step. If you don't use the step in the stages, okay, it won't work. So in all the stages, having at least one step is compulsory. Okay. That's what is there, guys. They're failing there with the error. So what I'm going to do, let me take one of the stage step, I can say. Okay, over here. And in our stages, I'm putting some step. I'm putting step. Inside step, guys, whatever you want to do, you can do. You can print something, you can go to Git, download something, you can mail something, you can do multiple things. So let's say I'm just for printing purpose, I'm saying I am SCM. CM. Same. This also one more step, a stage. So that also need one at least one stage. If there's no so if there's no step, there's no good reason to create a stage, right? So let's say I am a build step. This also require I am test step. So the step running in this stage. So again, I want to confirm or clear. You can think stage equals to job, and one job you do multiple steps actually. So all the steps you can put here. That's what the concept is, right? And listen, now what you will have, you have a pipeline. Okay, now when you run this pipeline, it's running free. They're doing something now. Okay, and what I've done, I declare what I want. So I declare I need a pipeline Then run in my agent, slave node, no, master node, or any other slave that is available. Okay. And what I declare here, I need multiple stages where every stage is one job. So I say four stage I need, means four job I need, and every job one after another is like a pipeline. And every step, so stage has multiple step to work on. So they're doing here something. Now fantastic, the success, very nice. Successful. Let me refresh this page. You can see it's successful. Okay. And even though if you see also here, there's a stages name they create here. So there's this beautiful animation. Okay, last one to was failed, so there's no show you something, but here they are successful, and they say, it look like end to end, right? So we start from here, we end here, and we created four stage, four jobs connect together one after another, and was working fantastically fine. Okay, and then run successfully. Even though if you click here, if you go down, it's look fantastically fine. Go to pipeline steps, you can see this also kind of animation. You can see this how they tell you every time. Okay, even though they also tell you which node they attach to. Okay, how much time per stage take to complete what they're doing, what steps they run. Even though if then this stage run, they also give you output. They you can also click on the console. You can see the output, what output that will give you, that will go stage to you. Let me again go here, and maybe console output you can also see. This was the output, right? And a pipeline run. Okay, the first stage, second stage, I'm test, I'm deploy, and successful. So end-to-end pipelines be created with the okay. So you can see or restart particular stage also, restart, replay, all the thing you can do. Pipeline overview. Okay, that's why I show to you. Okay, rebuild. They will recreate for you one more time. So one more time they're running. So guys, if you notice here, if you notice here, okay, everything of entire use case, okay, entire use case we have created, okay, with the now whatever you've done till now, you can put here in the steps, right? You are running the echo command, date command, Kubernetes command. Put here. Okay, gate for example. But one more thing I want to add here. Okay. If you try to run the date command, that's what we need. Let me see if it's working or not. So when we build again, it's failed. Even though still did a simple delete command, right? So when I try to see the console output, they fail. Let's say I don't know what is date command. Okay. Why? Because in the pipeline as a code, okay, the command that you see here in the steps, okay, is not actually command actually. They are the steps. Okay, so echo is an inbuilt keyword for pipeline as a code. Okay, here they treat date as a keyword, but date is not a keyword. Date is not a keyword. So they have fixed specific keyword that what we can use. Okay, there is a reason these are known as step 1, step 2, step 3, and all the steps known as steps. So every step, whatever you want to do per step or per job, per stage, okay, they have a specific keyword. Let understand by Groovy or understand by this pipeline as a code. Plugin. Okay. So echo is by Linux command, but it is also a name of the step keyword actually of declarative. That's what is wrong. So don't confuse. Echo is not like a Linux echo command to print something. By chance, this is the keyword here. Work the same way. That's what you can see out. It does not mean you can run any command. But if you run any command, okay, we have one more step or keyword known as sh. Is shell. So any shell command Linux you want to run, give this command as a argument, as a string. Any command you want to run, date command, kubectl command, or docker command, whatever you want to automate. Okay, you can give this command as a string to sh intel keyword. Sh is like a shell step, like a shell given by the Groovy. Okay. Now if I run this, then it's work for entirely fine right here. And if you see the control output, you can see this. This is as a keyword run or step run, and they help us to run the date command. It means any command, whatever you want to run in the pipeline. If you want to run as a command, then you can't type the command directly. Here, everything, whatever finally you want to do, is actually a step. And every step, okay, they give you some specific command. From where you can see the command, for this here, they give you help. They give you an help. Okay, let's go pipeline syntax. So click on the pipeline syntax. Here, they give you a guide, reference guide. If you see a steps reference, here they tell you all the steps that is available. The interesting thing is they also give you a lot of examples also, guys. Very commonly used examples. Example, they give you a lot of examples how to get the steps. So example, you want to do print on the screen. So we have echo example. Let's say I want to print hello. And when I generate, they will help me to generate the. And if you notice, this is the same step we use, right? So the same step we use in echo. So echo by Linux command, but here is not command name, is a keyword name or declarative language internal keyword of the Groovy. Okay. This is a good reference document. Okay, where they can tell you this is what you can use. Many more examples they have to be checked. Okay. And you're going to generate more example if you want to see. For example, I want to do something like maybe let's say meal. Let's have a Git. Okay, so let's I want to download something from the Git. Let me take one random example. Maybe let's say this one. So how to create the code? So here they're asking me to give the Git URL. Yes. They help me to generate the code. Share the code journey. So if you want to download this code, okay. So what you can do, it become one of the stage. So when guys not git clone command is a git internal keyword of the step by the pipeline. So this step no, we have to go to this URL and the get URL, and we have to download. Okay. The point is, we have a limited keyword based on the use case to use case. And all the commonly used use case, they have a keyword available here. That what you can see that in that document. Okay. And based on requirement, either you go to document and see how to write, use the keyword, or maybe in the example they'll give a lot of examples also, all the keyword what they support, or they give this kind of very beautiful simple tool where you can tell your use case what you are looking for. Okay. And based on the use case, because a lot of use cases they have, based on the use case, they will quickly create a code for you. Almost all the common use cases you have, how to get parameter, how to send the email, okay, how to get the password from the, Jenkins internal password registry, credential registry. Okay. Almost all the use cases, they have uh, tool available. One click, they will create a code for you, change something the way you want to change, and use over here. Let me use this GitWall, apply. Now, right now, what you see here, when I build this code, now they are downloading something from the Git. Here, they are running this project and they're downloading here. This keyword no, how to download, they go to this repository and downloading the code, and this stage done. The remaining stage will happen. And finally, your pipeline run successfully, right? Successful. And download the thing, right? And when you see again to this detail, they have a workspace here. And in this workspace, they have downloaded here, right? This code. So remaining would be same thing, right? After you download the code, Docker file, build it with Docker command. Okay, it's a Java code, build it with Maven command. Both the thing I explained you in my training. Okay, and where write this code? To build Docker build or Maven whatever you want to do here. So in the stages, you can write this. Okay, first download, sm done, then build. You can run ss command. Okay, here you can tell Docker build, right? The way I show you. There we was doing manually. Here, same thing I'm doing a code. Obviously, writing the code first time is manual, but after having the code, after having this code, you don't have to. We don't have to worry much about uh, writing the code, right? I'm just using a date command again, but you can write all the commands here. Everything will be auto. Okay. So my point is now entire pipeline, all the job that goes stages. In one stage, there are a lot of steps. Everything is done creating with a code. That's called pipeline as a code. Okay. But where I'm creating this pipeline of code, directly in this console. In this console. But if you create something in the console, okay, but this console, let's say, is not available to the developers. Okay. So again, my developer will be depend upon my other team. But if you want your developer should not be depend on other team, so what we can do, we can say developers now onward, this code will be written by you. You are the developers. You know your requirement. You know requirement. Based upon the requirement, you write your code. You are the also one who know where code is uploaded, right? You are creating Java app, you know where Java app is uploading. You are creating Jenkins, Docker, you know where the code is uploading. Just write all the steps what you need for your app. Java code, Python code. So you know you want to build, you want test, you want deployment, you tell your requirement. This code is being also created by you. What happened with Python keyword? Okay. And now you don't have to also depend upon my Jenkins guys, even though you don't have to log in. Okay. What I can do, what you can do even, okay, whenever you upload your normal Java code, obviously what you normally do, right? This is what we have seen. What you normally do, okay, you are the developers. What you normally do, okay, after your code created in your workspace in a laptop, you always upload in GitHub, right? You still do the same thing, right? Push the code to GitHub. But now onward, you will push two things. One, your app code, and second thing is your pipeline as a both the code we upload by you to the GitHub. Okay. So here I'm uploading both. So let's I'm doing manually here. I'm going to create a file. I'm going to create a file. Again, uploading it. Let me from do my laptop. That makes more interesting. So I will open my terminal here and let me create one new project to show you everything from the scratch. So I'm going to create a new project, new repository. Let's say this Jenkins pipeline as a code training 2024, and I'm going to create a new repository. Let me create a repository in GitHub. A remaining portion of the repository I'm going to do in my laptop. So let me copy this URL, go to one of somewhere my document Jenkins training. Okay, let me get clone. This portion I will explain you multiple times. Okay, so entire clone is copied into my local system into this folder. So this readme file we have. Now your developer sitting in your laptop, you will do two things. You create your app code. Let's say app code is my web page index.html. Let's say, okay, let's say welcome to Linux. Let's say this app code created in whatever language would be. Okay, but now onward from your laptop, your developer, you are going to control entire pipeline or configure every entire pipeline the way you want. Okay, so you won't be dependent on other team. That's what I want to remove. I want to remove the dependency of the developer on the other team. Other team won't have be asked the developer to wait. For this, my developer has to create this code. But this code we have to put in one file. This file, guys, we have to give some name, and this name would not be the any name. They have fixed name here. Okay, and if you read the document, okay, you will find we use this name. So this apply the code, my developer has to write a one special name that's called Jenkins file. Like in Docker, if you know the Docker, we normally create a Docker code in a Docker file. We can change the name, but typically there's a standard name. Similarly here, the standard name that we use where we write the code is Jenkins file. Even though we can change the name, but this is standard file we have. Okay. So here my developer will write a code in this file name with JavaScript. And the entire code will be done and written by the developer, or maybe work together by some other team. Maybe it's not hard code. Developers to write that code. That's all. Now onward, sorry, your app code and your pipeline code written by the developer. And obviously, if they write, they will add all the things, they commit. Okay, let's auto one dot, and after the commit, they will push it up. Okay, that's what we done till date. What you see here now, this code will reach to uh, GitHub. Only thing what you have to do is one time step, only one time. What you have to do is you have to go to Jenkins. Let me get this from the scratch. Okay. Create a project. Let's say pipeline 2 project. Or let's say my pipeline 2 project. First time you to create, you can hear what you can do. Okay. You can say now pipeline code, I don't want to hear right here. Okay. Why? Because this pipeline, let's say I'm the Jenkins engineer. Now we know, okay, entire control be done by developer, and developer can't come here again and again. They're happy to sit on their laptop and doing the change there only. So what I can do, I can give the facility. Let's say I'm the DevOps engineer. I can give a facility to my developers and say, okay, no, you don't have to come here, or you don't have to wait for me to do some change here. Okay, what you can do, you can put your code in SCM. Which SCM? Okay. Where the Git URL is? This Git URL. I can give the URL, not in this one, obviously. Always give this URL of the Git in this Git URL. This one. And if your this code is private, you can put your credentials of the Git. That's all. Okay, and in this URL, okay, how we come to know which file is your pipeline as a code? A Jenkins file. That was the name is written here. Standard name Jenkins files. Skip path. So in this location, take the code from here. If you want to change, you can change also the file name. Whatever the file name you change, where you write the code, you can change here. But this Jenkins file is a very common name, standard name. So everyone use the same name. That's okay. Now developer will write the pipeline code here. Okay. No, none of the guys will go and write the code here. Okay. Now when you run this job, this pipeline create, but this time pipeline first download the code what uploaded by me from a GitHub. They get this code, and if they get this code, they run the pipeline. See, fantastic the pipeline run. So you see here, they obtain the Jenkins file from the location. So they get the code of the pipeline, then the pipeline start and the pipeline run the way the pipeline be created. But here also we have one thing manual. If my developer change something in the pipeline file, someone have to sit here and click on the. I want this part to be automate. So that I told you in my initial classes, guys. Here we can use the trigger, right? So in the pipeline also we can use a trigger. Okay, and here the same trigger we have. All the trigger what we have here. Trigger we have. Okay, one of the great trigger you can obviously go for GitHub hook that I told you. So as soon as somebody change here, GitHub will automatically contact to my Jenkins and run this pipeline automatically that I already explained to you in my some of the classes. Okay, or we can go for PolSCM. We can schedule something that every minute go to GitHub. Okay, and if you see some change in somewhere, okay, automatically run this job. Let me go for this one. Even the better practice is this one. Don't go for entire GitHub trigger setup. For this, I also need a public IP to my machine. But right now, my Docker, my Jenkins running my local computer, I don't have a public IP. Okay, so I have to go for this approach right now. Let me see. Okay. Now, everything is all right, right? Okay, right now, what you see here, this is a one-time setup, one-time setup done by your Jenkins guys. Okay, one-time setup where they didn't write any code of pipeline as a code. They only tell the code come from Git pipeline as a code from this file. And this code will auto keep on pulling by triggers. That's all. That's the only thing these guys done. Now, entire part of automation will be done by your developers. Now onward, my developer will go and decide what kind of pipeline they want to create. Or in the pipeline, what kind of code they want to build. Docker code, Java code. Okay, how many stages they want. Okay, let's say I want to have more stages. Let me copy this line. Yes, I need one more stage called QA stage, quality. So stream QAT. The point is, in this example, does developer depend on other team members? No, that's what I was talking about. Okay, now onward, my developer won't be depend upon other team members. They themselves plan what they want to write in the pipeline. Or does they're getting in the job or the pipeline manual? No. Entire pipeline or the stages or the job will be created automatically with the help of this code. So there were two challenges, guys, that was I was talking about and it's solved. Now they do some changes here, they commit. That's what normally we do. Push and solve. And so in the push, on the fly, on the fly, you can see last time there was one. On the fly, first of all, your pipeline run automatically because the trigger that you know already from last classes. Second beautiful thing is the entire pipeline end to end will be create automatically because of the Jenkins file or pipeline as a course here, fantastic, right? And third, then this pipeline run automatically because of the trigger. Last thing is the developer does not depend on other team member. Okay, it will be automatically run when they push the things. Why they fail? They may other reason maybe. Okay. Mm, we'll take compile as error. Why this error is? Actually, there may be some curly braces error. Maybe because I write a code here. I forgot to close this curly braces, right? It was error. Okay. Syntax error. Now, it's good thing, right? But it's everything controlled in the developer, right? They feel something is not working. Let's rectify the error and see. Okay. And again, they will gonna run and think. So guys, see here. This is how we work in the real world. Okay. Everything is completely automated. Now it is goal of technology. Okay. The point is, can you automate? If say my last job run successfully, fantastically fine. And we see the console output. Now it's the bus SCM, right? Automatically. There's nobody who click on the button. Because trigger, okay, this pipeline job, download this code, and this code we find Jenkins file. This file will help you to create the entire pipeline automatically with all the jobs, and all the job will run for you step by step. It's a complete pipeline. That's all. End of the pipeline. End to end. Automation. Okay. Now, okay, what you finally achieve, everything you can automate in the through the Jenkins automatic. Okay. Only thing that you should know is what you want to automate. It's come from the technology knowledge. Okay, from Kubernetes, from OpenSafe, from testing tool, from cloud tool, multi-cloud tool, depend generative AI, machine learning. Write the code, and it will be automated up based upon the use case to use case. Okay. In today's world, mostly one of the main area companies moving toward in the technological world that I highly recommend. Okay, it's called multi-cloud. Now today's world is all multi-cloud, where a lot of clouds we integrate together, a lot of automation we can do with Terraform, multiple cloud, Azure, AWS, connect together, solve a lot of challenges. Okay, so nowadays we have a lot of use case of multi-cloud. Based on the use case, what multi-cloud can solve for you, almost all the use cases of the industry. So we can get a pipeline for this, guys. So the multi-pipeline, where again, one pipeline, multiple stages, they will solve a lot of use cases of the multi-cloud. So those who by chance want to learn multi-cloud, we are going to start soon. There's one specialized training we are going to start about the multi-cloud. Okay, and this is one of the biggest training of the multi-cloud and the most required technology in the market, I can say. Okay, where we solve all the multi-cloud use case with all the strategy, what corporate is looking for, why they're moving, and in this training, I'm going to show you all the biggest use case and challenge of the industry. It's a very unique program. Those who want to join, contact to my team. They will tell you the details about this. But what I'm talking about, okay, after knowing this pipeline is a code, any problem or technology you want to solve, automatic way you can solve it. Otherwise, okay, you can come to this document. They give you more example. How to write a Jenkins file. Okay, and in the file you can use declarative approach, not the scripted approach that I am looking for. And they give the example here. This is kind of same example pipeline, agent any stages, build, testing, deploy. You can do. Okay. Many more things we can do here. Again, one more thing I want to add here is in Jenkins file also there's two approach. One is scripted way and one is declarative way. Technically, the concept is something like this. In the Jenkins, if you want to write a pipeline code, one is a pure scripted way, a pure programming language. Okay. So like classes and functions, all things you have to create. But if you use a concept called Jenkins file, okay, you also have two different way. One by chance again they use the word called scripted way, and one known as declarative. The Jenkins file also they have a two approach. Okay. One is declarative way and scripted. Declarative is the latest way and simple way. That the concept I explain you today is the declarative way actually. And and the scripted way is the older approach. Okay. Mostly we won't see much, or we might we have maybe they might we will migrate to a declarative way. But today what I teach you guys, the most up to date, latest way, the simplest way, easier way to manage the things. Okay, is a Jenkins file declarative. Okay, that's what I explained to you. Okay, this is example of declarative approach. Okay, and if you go to scripted approach, this is what they look for. Many more things to add. They have extra keyword for this. In this example, declarative way, there's actually step access command, mail command, archive command, git command, and actually you also to create this command. We have a graphical tool available that will help you to create this command automatically. Otherwise, you can come to this kind of code, this kind of the page to see the things. Okay, we have a JUnit command for testing purpose or compile purpose, whatever would be. Okay, many more things we can, even though we can add this when close also as a conditions. Okay, so this good document, guys. Even though you can use the environment developer also, parameterized something like this. The way I explained you already in my last class. There also you can use. Okay, you can also set your own environmental variable. Okay, and some more thing we can do kind of extra. Cool. Cool. Okay, you can also get set your environment variable also. Okay, so this you can store your login and password somewhere. Okay, all the things, right? So it's a good document it is. Okay, so till here, guys, I want to conclude this topic. But I have one very fantastic project, guys. I'm sorry, one minute, guys. Fantastic project. Okay, so this is very advanced project I built here. One minute. It's called Jenkins. Some project I have created. One minute. Jenkins pipeline, something very advanced project I created actually. This also guys one example you can take here. I'll share this example to you. Okay, where I'm setting my own environment variable. Some environment variable I'm taking from my credentials, and this is how I'm using here. Okay. Plus this post also after the job done completely. What do you want to do? So after pipeline run, if I fail, do this. If success, do this. Always do this. That's also we can do here. Okay, if you want to do. And one very advanced project I have created. Okay, in some very advanced use case. So this project, guys, this also we can do, guys. Okay, sometime when the pipeline run end to end, we want to don't want to deploy something in the production environment. Okay, we want approval. So this approval stage also we can create. Okay, approval. When you use input keyword, they will throw this message on the screen, and when you click yes there, then they approve. Then they go to the next stage. So launching something end-to-end pipeline in the production environment does not make sense. Simply we want approval in between. If you say yes, then it will go to next stage. That's also we can do with this kind of step called input. Proof yes or no, and they will go to next step. That's all. Okay. So I share this code, but there's one more very advanced practical guys I've done. I'm just looking for this code. Looking for that code. Uh, so I'll share this code to you. And this project I built in one of the advanced training somewhere. If you want, I'll also ask my team. They will give my entire video recording to you for extra learning. It's a very advanced project created with a Jenkins pipeline. I have to look here. Very advanced code it was. It is this is the one. Fantastic code it is. Okay. This is the way guys is a real example use case. Okay, this is how we do work in a lot of real use case in the industry. Okay. So what we're doing here, we are running the pipeline in the agent this way. Okay. My level, you guys know what is level, right? In the agent. So it does not matter this agent is a dynamic agent or static agent. If it's dynamic, they will launch automatically on the fly with Docker and something like this, the way I showed in my last class. Okay, now your stage will run on this agent, SCM. They will download the code of sorry, this Jenkins code, so Java code. Then use Maven to build, and then we're getting our own image. So Maven can be package software. So we're getting our own image of Docker, and this image we're uploading in the Docker Hub. Right. Docker Hub, my push command. Before push, you have to log in, right? And for login, we need login and password. So those login and password, guys, we have to store in our Docker Hub. Sorry, in our Jenkins credential. So we store some password token credential, and here we can get the password from. So we have one stage, so step. There is a capability go to Jenkins credential page and get the password from this name. And store in with this variable, and this variable I'm using here. And this variable I'm using to get the password to log into my account, and I post my image. After this, we'll add one more stage that will download this particular image what I created and launch a new container. In this container, we're logging by SSH. Okay. I not actually in this way. Here, we have created some kind of static node. So I log into static node. Okay. And launch a container for testing purpose. Okay. And for testing purpose, because this is actually website, I'm going to test this. So use this IP address. I'll try to use curl, and in my app I put somewhere India as a text. In my website launched successfully, and I found the India as a word, the text successful. Okay, because this Java app, it takes some time to launch. So I asked this guy to retry multiple times. Let's say 10 times. Okay, because they are not up, they keep on retrying. After 10 retry, don't find, they will fail. The pipeline fail. If they find, then thing working great. And because we're doing testing in the test environment, and my test environment running in this IP address, is my static node, then I will go for approval stage. Okay. I'm asking approval for my team, especially the project manager. Some kind of pop-up going to come up. We're running the script. Okay. So there's a script will ask when they say yes, then true will gonna come up. If true come, then I do some X. Otherwise, they're up. Okay. And if I say true, then only we'll go to next stage. Next stage is guys, we are connected to a person environment. Where my again one more computer running, the person computer, and that computer is a Kubernetes client. Okay, say I'm connecting to you. For you, I need a SSS password that I store in some variable. I connect to you and use the Kubernetes deployment. Okay. And finally, this is a production environment. Yeah, cool. Environment that connect to my Kubernetes cluster and launch the deployment there. Okay. And I do the Scala and all the things about Kubernetes. And after this entire pipeline run, then I say post. Okay. In post, what I write, if the pipeline runs successfully, I say is running successfully. But due to some reason, my pipeline failed. In the failure, we write is access handling actually. We write this message and send mail. This mail is of course one of the keyword of pipeline. and they send mail to this guy. The people feel. So it's a very, very fantastic project, guys. It is a real world kind of use case. A lot of things is almost everything we cover in this project. So if you want to learn this project, they're covered in one of my very advanced different kind of training. Okay, so I'm not asking to go and join there. Okay, what I'll do, I will ask my team. They will give this entire video to you as a extra bonus class. Okay, go through the video. Every bit I explain there. Okay, I myself create the entire code. Every bit step by step explain to you. I explain to you how to put the credential, how to use, what is use of this keyword. Okay, everything I explained to you step by step. And in the classroom only, we have built this entire project. Point is, the entire project, we have a lot of stages, a lot of things we have covered, but everything is done automatically. And this entire project we run in the Jenkins file, right? And this file can be controlled by a developer. So why not? So developer is the one who writing the code as a Java code. And after they create the code, they put here. They are the one who are controlling the end to end, here from and start to end. They control. Okay, this is the kind of DevOps culture, right? Everything is automated. Okay, and been controlled by one of the team maybe. Okay, so if you're interested to learn, it's very interesting project. I highly recommend, go to this video, learn this, practice this, and create a very fantastic blog. Post, put in LinkedIn, Medium somewhere. Showcase yourself. Because I've seen this after this project, or sometimes you can add some more your own flavor here. Okay, when student or participants start putting in the LinkedIn, okay, they're getting lots of great feedback, a lot of corporate guys and connecting these guys for the job offer, for project offer, a lot of benefit they get, right? I highly suggest first learn it. The base concept I explain you today only with practical. This project I'm going to ready to give the entire video to you. Okay, learn it, practice this, create your own project, adding more thing maybe in between. When you learn the class, you will come to know a lot of idea. I also keep on giving you there. Okay, giving you there, and then showcase yourself in LinkedIn and Medium and other mediums, right? Okay, it will very, very valuable, guys. And you also notice, guys, a lot of technology integrated, Docker, Kubernetes, and many more things you can add in between, depend upon your okay. So guys, so this is the last topic from my side in the Jenkins. Some more topic we had in between I didn't cover in this live training. My team had already shared the video recording to you. Some of the extra video what I committed today that also been shared to you soon. Okay. So from my side, I would like to conclude this entire training. And I think now you understand the power of Jenkins, how powerful it is. Okay. Anything and everything you can automate it. That's the one nice thing. A lot of tasks I given you between, a lot of homework I given you between is extra task of homework. Uh, and in almost every class, I keep on giving different homework. So I suggest do this, share to the community what we get in LinkedIn. So whatever you share, other guys can learn. And other guys share, you will learn from them. Okay. So a lot of tasks I keep on giving you today. Also, I've given you a lot of tasks to try and practice. So I will conclude, guys. Any query if you want to ask, you can ask me. Okay. And next training that I highly recommend has a huge value in the market nowadays. Nowadays, I seen a lot of very very uh, unique jobs is coming for those technologies. Called multi-cloud is a very unique training, but very useful training. And we are the one having the biggest content available in the market. And with the complete practical of multi-cloud, you guys can join soon. We are going to start. This is one point. Those who are on the DevOps track. Okay, one more tool we have completed. Okay, Ansible we have completed. GitHub we have completed. Kubernetes we have completed. Docker we have completed. Okay, so next tool for in the world in the training of DevOps track would be, I believe, maybe Terraform gonna come up. Okay, Then Prometheus Grafana ELK would be the next one. Okay, so this is the DevOps track. Those who are only in the Jenkins, we cover all everything whatever written in the curriculum given to you. A lot of extra bonus topic we cover here. A lot of bonus extra videos and the content what is part of the curriculum as a form of video we have given or going to give you guys soon. Okay, so that is a kind of conclusion. Any queries we have, I highly suggest you can ask me. Therefore, I needed Masood, ask to my team which a WhatsApp group you are in. Connect to these guys; they will help you how to join the Terraform. Instead, Masood, instead to Terraform, I highly suggest go for multi-cloud training because in the multi-cloud training, I'm going to cover the entire Terraform. So, two benefits you get: you will learn the entire multi-cloud, plus you can also learn the entire Terraform also. Okay. Training big training is actually it is a specialized training of multi-cloud. Okay, and number of duration maybe in some hours 30, 40, 50 hours. I know I have to check. Okay, I have to check. So but it's a specialized in the multi-cloud. So multi-cloud, Abu, we are going to cover AWS, we're going to cover Azure, we're going to cover Terraform, we're going to cover all these three guys connect to each other, integrate. And plus, the main thing is what kind of multi-cloud strategy and different challenges and how we can solve by integrating these three things. There's high-level curriculum, right? We want to see the detailed curriculum. Detailed curriculum. You guys can connect to my team. They will share you the detailed curriculum of multi-cloud. Good thing is, if you know AWS, you can skip those classes. If you know Azure, you can skip those classes. Your curriculum will be covered very quickly. But the most important part in the multi-cloud is the Terraform part, plus how to integrate Terraform with multiple cloud, plus multi-cloud strategies. That was the most important part that I think you should be part of the in the training. You should uh, you know attend those classes. When you say remote secure config and Kubernetes, what do you mean by secure config, Paresh? What exactly you mean by secure config? Hmm. Conclusion for New Year Conclave. Yeah, I used that was very fantastic, right? I got a chance to meet all the top leaders of India. Uh, I met with Akshay Kumar, Tiger Sarif, Home Minister, Finance Minister, all the top leaders, right? I got a chance to meet, talk to them guys, and plus not able to talk to Narendra Modi ji, but it was always there in the front of me, right? So got a chance to see him so closely. I was sitting in the front of second, third row, and he was in just front of my mine. So it's fun, right? I learned a lot of things from them. Got a chance to meet, get a connections, talk to them. Okay, a main motto was to tell them what exactly we're doing for the engineering communities, right? So you guys might know we are doing a lot of Rath Yatra and a lot of initiatives. The creator mindset is what we're doing from last couple of years. So motto is to tell those guys what exactly we at Linux were doing for the engineering community. Right? So they're very happy. A lot of great feedback. I met Sadhguru um, and met all the news channel hosts, news channel host, the star host, Anjana, and all the top one. Okay, Aaj Tak on all the guys top host. Met with many more. I don't every I was around. Okay, with the top leaders and the ministers. Met with Minister of MP, Madhya Pradesh. chief minister, I can say. I got a chance to meet, not only meet, as I express myself, talk to these guys. They appreciate, really appreciate our work, what we are doing. Yeah, very. I feel very happy, obviously. So one type of opportunity. Got a chance to meet everyone together in one platform. Okay, so that was great. Yes, sir. So I feel I feel now after doing a lot of stuff, take some time, practice the stuff. Okay, and this may be the right time now. You can start looking for freelance projects. Okay, because a lot of projects in Kubernetes, Docker, Jenkins, you get in the market, Ansible. I suggest don't go for freelancer project right now. First, do all the tasks what are given to you. Do all the practicals what I've done in the classroom. Be make yourself uh, uh, you know comfortable with this also. Okay, then try to find the freelance project. Even though you can wait for Terraform also, because most of the time you can find Terraform also requirement gonna come up. So wait for Terraform. Let the Terraform complete. Then start looking for the freelance project. Okay, that will give you a lot of experience and extra earning also. I do remember almost all the Earth learner from 1, 2, or 3 maybe sometime. Uh, they earn a lot from freelancer project. I have some student from Earth 1 and 2. Okay, they are literally earning 60,000 rupees per month, right? Because based on the knowledge what we have learned till now. Okay, so it's a good investment, right? You are Earth guys are I think investing 4 to 5,000 rupees per month. Okay, in the Earth, and and after this learning, while doing learning, if you start getting a freelancer project of 10,000, 20,000, 60,000 per month, is a good ROI, right? But main thing is you're getting a lot of real world experience. You get a lot of connections. Okay, you get a lot of experience. So when you look applying for the job, those experience will count. Okay, so I suggest hers and other guys also. Those are from the Earth 4. Okay, it is the stuff what I learned till now. Then looking for the freelancer projects. How we can change our IP into domain name. And Raghivendra, if you're talking about AWS perspective, so in my upcoming class, AWS, I'm going to teach you. Okay. And if you're not talking about AWS perspective, then you have to go for domain hosting site, purchase the domain, and configure the name server. Okay. Configure the name server. How's there's a way. Okay. You can also do so. Okay. Right now, for IT, if you see here, okay, all the stage running in the same agent, but there's also a way. There's a global agent. This code I can copy here. So per stage we can run in different agents also. So this stage can be run in different agent. This stage can be run in different agent. That's also work. Okay. So we can run the even though you can see in the document also in the agent what I was showing you. Document agent, right? Just go and check. They can show you that part. So per agent, so per stage we can run in different slave agent based upon what you want to perform there. That's also possible. So I think in Paris, there is not covered in my training, but I told you in my Kubernetes class, we have provided a lot of videos from my next classes or last classes. Again, classroom video. In one of my uh, training, we have covered the SSL part. Mm. Okay. Maybe from the title, you might not be able to see it. Okay.
the topic SSL. But if you read the entire videos, some of my video I cover how to set up the HTTPS connection or TLS termination endpoints. Okay, so I suggest Paresh, just go to all the videos, even though that was all, again kind of requisite because all the topic you should cover what we have to do in the Kubernetes. So you can find one video where we cover TLS termination endpoints. That's also known as SSL certificates. Right? That's one point you can cover. So since you're asking, I want to set up we want two Jenkins server, like two master and slave. I think we cover, right, Sanjay? One master, multiple slave we cover already in this training. Uh, that's what we cover already. I want when my one premise for offline. Uh, two masters supported in Jenkins. Okay, but Jenkins itself does not have inbuilt capability for this. Okay, this is called HA, high availability master. Okay, you have to use one tool on the top of Jenkins. Okay, it will help you to achieve HA capabilities. That is one of the reasons why we don't cover this topic in the Jenkins training. Okay, for example, you can use HA proxy to set up master high availability of the Jenkins or JBoss you can use or something like this. Okay, so if you're looking for HA or Jenkins master HA high availability, what this is what exactly you're looking for. Multiple master you have. If you want this setup, okay, this setup. So Jenkins don't have this. You can use HA. This is what I was talking about. So you can use HA proxy as a one different tool that work on the top of Jenkins who will do this part for you. One of the node goes down, goes down. HA proxy will check by doing keep alive, and one goes down. HA proxy will connect to this guy. So, for example, you're running Jenkins on premises. Your client will go via HA proxy to Jenkins running on premises. If this goes down, your HA proxy will internally connect to this guy, and this guy may be running on premise or maybe in the cloud. So this kind of setup is called active passive or maybe active active maybe. Okay. Jenkins does not have this capability. But you can use some tool like JBoss, HA proxy. Why I'm saying JBoss? Because JBoss is Java application platform and Jenkins Java Java tool. So something HA proxy, we can see some blog, but they're not so much mature HA proxy. There's a lot of things that we need a Java level support that can be done very well with the JBoss or WebSphere or WebLogic kind of tool. So if you cover with JBoss, WebSphere, WebLogic is a Java application platform tool, then doing HA won't be big deal. We can cover here. I think you now understood because it is not the capability given by the Jenkins. Yeah. Okay, we have to use some different tool. Okay, on the top of this. This is what I'm trying to tell you here. Okay. Is this possible master slave concept? Mm, Again, Sanjay, what do you mean by master slave? Master slave we cover already in detail, right? If you want to do something like this, if you want to do something like this, you have a two or three computers. one computer being a master and being a slave, and the slave, one of the slave is also master. And one of the master goes down, then one slave will take over as a master. And again, it is same thing, right? It's HA proxy only. Okay. Even though you can do with load balancer also, load balancer also, okay, like ELB load balancer or ingress controller, but they're not so much mature actually. Because Jenkins have maintained a lot of sessions and caches and cookies, right? And it is done with Java related caches, Java caches, Jcache, if you know. So that is not purely supported by load balancer. They can load balance the network traffic only. Anything related to application layer, they're not great in terms of Java. The reason why we use Java platform, Java application platform like JBoss. So right approach for doing HA proxy is not in this way. You can see there are a lot of blocks that use ingress controller or uh, HA proxy or ALB. Okay, so thing will work. It's pretty straightforward solution, but you will stuck somewhere. Okay, because pure form HA proxy is if one application on one side, one node is creating any sessions or cookies or caches, it should be sync on the real time those different node. If one goes down, you will have a seamless experience. So this kind of setup we can use as a quick test, but the right and best way is use Java application platform or the app speed or sorry well, app platforms. I can say anyone who have done RSS RSCE, okay, the training done, and after you complete all the videos, extra video what we provided to you, then you guys can be eligible for getting the boot camp. Boot camp also, guys, we're going to give you as a recorded form. But the only thing in the bootcamp, we don't give the recording actually because of the confidentiality of the examination. Hmm. Okay. So you can fix the dates and schedule with us. Okay. I asked my team, they will give you the remaining process. And then we play my recording video online. So for you is like an online experience, but it will be the recorded form. Okay. But yeah, we won't give the recording of the exam boot camps. Okay. You tell your dates and time. My team will play the recording online. Okay. And because of the exam confidentiality. But in bootcamp, I cover everything, whatever you need to know about the examination. So you will prepare complete for the exam. So Rishi, you can contact to our team. I suggest first having the bootcamp, okay, complete the training, then go for the bootcamp. Then I suggest. Um, so Horace, I'll take a note. Sayed, any of my team member, if listening to me, please take a note. Somebody say the Volt video and dynamic inventory of Ansible is not yet shared. Okay, please take a look. If it is not shared, please share in the rest report. So market में डेविन का डर spread हो रहा है. डेविन क्या है? Powerful, if you can explain. What is डेविन? It's more talking about the AI related something. Yeah, AI software. Yeah, there's a possibility. You're talking about AI. That is actually finally the generative AI, right? That was always true, right? That if you was part of my my generative AI tool. That's what I was talking about there, right? So, so OpenStack 7 we will resume in my next week. Or next to next week, actually. By chance, next week we are planning for next week. But, next week, I think we have a holiday for the Holi. So next to next week, we will resume the OpenStack. Give us some more week, some more time. We'll resume the OpenStack. Okay. So that's all, guys. I'll try to touch as much as possible as the query. Definitely, Hers, welcome to Jaipur. Do come Jaipur, or definitely I will love to meet you. Possible if I'm in the I keep on traveling actually. So if I'm in the Jaipur, I definitely love to meet you. Just do connect to our team and let us know. We'll try definitely to meet. I got a full-time job offer from Zero the Fund, a DevSecOps engineer. Thank you for guidance. It's can't possible. Thank you very much, Shivam. It's very nice thing. Getting the DevSecOps engineer, and even though in Juroda is a great opportunity. So fantastic. Congrats from my side. So that's all, guys, from my side. Somya, we have given the Git and GitHub training in very detail a long back as a recorded form. Is a complete basic to advanced training. Okay, so cover those training in the recorded form. Okay, that's it. So Sanjay, multi-branch pipeline is useful if you know the multi-branch, right, in GitHub, right? So mostly we manage a lot of projects in multiple branches. So if you don't know the branches and use a multi-branch, okay, go into my Git and GitHub training. There I cover all the multi-branch concept in very detail. Okay, after you understand multi-branch, you automatically understood the multi-branch pipeline. So if you multi-branches and if you want to get multi-branch pipeline to automate the task what I cover in my GitHub training or Git training, there we use multi-branch. So if you guys does not get the Git and GitHub training, so I think we have given long back, I suggest. Okay. So if you still not get, say you can take a note, say D here or Somya Viswas saying they did not get the training yet, Git and GitHub. So Shahid, if you can take a note of it. And if there's these guys got the training, please update the location where they can get the training. If it's not yet provided, so please provide them soon because it's been long we have committed. Okay. So that's all, guys. All the best. See you in other training. Suggest again multi-cloud, very required training. Today's market. Again, otherwise we see in other master classes or other training guys. That's all from my side. All the best and see you guys.